What is going on, members of the barrio? I think they're making me do this live chat vertical. I screwed something up. Why is it doing that? That's so weird. It literally locked. I'm trying to flip this right now, and it's stuck. Yep. I don't know how I did that, but I sent the notifications out, so I guess we're gonna have to do this live chat vertical style, which kind of sucks. What is going on, people? Thank you for tuning in. This is actually more Facebook style. I think Facebook videos you have to do with the camera held vertical. And where is everyone watching from? What is up, Ben? I want to announce my my winners of the contest that I was running. What's going on, Dennis? Some regulars to the channel tuning in. I want to give people a few more minutes to join, and I do apologize for being vertical right now. They have this weird thing where if you start a live chat on YouTube and somehow you have your phone turned the wrong way, it will not let you turn it back. So I messed something up. I don't know what I did wrong. What is going on, Savage Tournaments? Thank you for tuning in. Gonna give it another few seconds to let some people join. And one more time, I am sorry that I am on vertical right now because it locked me into this mode. It's 1 a.m. in the UK. What's up, Pierre? Watching from the Brooklyn Bridge. That is awesome, man. You're trying to get some good pictures for our video. I'm actually here in Fort Lauderdale right now. My friend is getting married, so we have his wedding in West Palm Beach this weekend. And so I've got a few days to kill here, not really filming too much. I'm going to talk about what I'm going to film. I'm going to give it another 10 seconds, then I'm going to go into who won the contest for the $10. Well, no, it was the $10 a month Scott's Cheap Flights. Actually, I think it's like $50 a year. So for anyone who did enter the contest, the grand prize was 1 year free premium for Scott's Cheap Flights. What is up in Boston? And we got a ton of entries. So it actually really wasn't a contest in the sense that I was asking for the best answer. I literally picked a random number generator, and the two people that came up were the ones that I used. What is up, Maria from Denver, Colorado? I'm just trying to fix my stand because I had this like all prepared perfectly to be horizontal, and I'm like holding it right now. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this so I don't have to like switch this. Let me see if this works right now. I'll try to. That's great. Anyone who knows me in person knows I'm very clumsy, so you could probably laugh about that. Adriana's laughing, by the way. You're literally in my Airbnb in Fort Lauderdale. Well, I'm curious, guys. What was that experience like falling? Was that cool? Was that interactive? Like dropping with me? That was pretty neat, huh? What is up, Vegger? Thanks for tuning in. I'm not worried. Yeah, I just yep. You want to put it in there? Yeah. That'll be perfect. Okay, we are fixing this. Okay. My friends from Colorado are tuning in. What is going on? Okay. Okay, so Adriana just fixed my little setup here. No, I got it. Okay. Perfect. I got it. Okay. So I'm announcing the two winners of the 1 year giveaway for Scott's Cheap Flights. And the winners are, here we go, John Papagiorgio. And again, your entry was irrelevant, but I will say where you wanted to go. John wanted to go to Greenland, given any spot in the world, and that is an awesome choice, by the way. And the second winner, I don't know your name, but it was Save Tournaments. And whoever you are, you want to go to the Philippines, which is really high on my list, actually. So Save Tournaments and John Papagiorgio, you have won the 1 year giveaway. I'm going to be contacting each of you privately. And I'm going to be getting your contact info, and I'm going to be, you, Savage Shermans, you won. I'm going to be contacting you. I'm going to get your email address, and then I'm going to send it over to the people at Scott's, and you're going to get the 1 year free membership. It is freezing. You're talking about the weather in the UK? Oh, man, we got a happy subscriber right there. He is going crazy, yes. I don't think John Papagiorgio has joined. Congrats to both of you. But I'm going to message you both. You know, this is interesting because you're welcome. I used to do radio broadcasting, and there was always this saying that the show has to go on no matter what, even if like the setup isn't perfect. So I'm just like going back to my radio roots. And that's why I really like these live chats, because I used to do like talk show stuff when I was in college, and then I did more broadcasting play-by-play. So I am so comfortable talking for just like hours on end without seeing my audience. It's actually a really neat thing to do, because you don't know who's watching you until you say something stupid. That's when you know. You say something stupid, you'll know how many people are actually out there. Although YouTube might censor you if you do that. All right, so we've got the two tournament winners announced. Tournament winners, Savage Tournaments. One of them, John Papagiorgio, was the other. No dead air. That's funny. And they won the free 1-year membership to Scott's Cheap Flights. Wanted to give you guys a bit of an update on the channel, and then I'll just talk to whoever's out there for a while. I have a lot of free time tonight, so this is like the perfect time to do a live chat. I've never done a live chat this late. It's 8:13 p.m. in Florida. So it's just like, I could talk for a while. What is my favorite New York district apart from Manhattan? I'm gonna open it up to questions in a few minutes, Ben. So just stick around. I'll answer that for sure. I just wanted to give a quick update in the channel. So I've been really trying hard to stick to a Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday upload schedule. So this is Thursday, and I was feeling like a live chat's kind of an upload, so I'm still sticking to it. I don't know if I'm gonna publish on Sunday. It might actually be Monday instead. And I'm making a really cool video. I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak preview. I'm filming half of it in this apartment in Fort Lauderdale and half of it at our hotel in West Palm Beach. And it's gonna be titled Airbnbs versus hotels. And I'm gonna jump between the two and kind of give the pros and cons to each, and maybe show you guys around where I am and what I think, because I've got a lot of strong opinions on Airbnbs versus hotels. I'm curious out there for you guys watching, all 9 or 10 of you, what do you prefer, Airbnbs or hotels? Tell me, like, if you had to travel somewhere, what's the first thing you would look for? Because lately I'm kind of torn. I used to be a big Airbnb guy, but I've had some problems with them recently, so I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Like this trip, doing 50% hotel, 50% Airbnb. If anyone wants to comment, I'm curious, what do you prefer, Airbnbs or hotels? Maybe you can help me out with my video that I'm doing, and tell me why. Tell me why you prefer an Airbnb to a hotel. Usually Airbnb depends on the place. Okay, and somebody said cheap hotels. Thing is, I feel like you can usually get cheap hotels, but the problem is the quality is going to be garbage usually, unless it's a hostel. That's different. Prefer B&Bs. Wife would never put up with that. She's a city gal. Okay. I'm reading Vegard, the Nerdy Explorer. By the way, he's got a really cool channel, guys. I agree with you. I prefer Airbnbs for long-term stays for sure. I've had monthly. I had a 2-month rental at an Airbnb before. So, I mean, I could not spend 2 months in a hotel room. It would not work. Yeah, like the space Airbnb, staying a short time, check in, check out, hassle isn't worth it. That's a good point. Although if I'm staying somewhere for a night or two, I might just pick a hotel. If it's a really short trip and I don't want to have to deal with anything, I think I'd rather pick a hotel. Actually, this is kind of unplanned. Well, maybe this is planned in the back of my head. I'm not doing this in the video, but for you guys watching, I'm going to let you guys see the Airbnb we're staying at in Fort Lauderdale. And for anyone who knows the U.S. and Florida, by the way, it is oppressively hot and humid right now. I would never, nothing against Florida, but I would never voluntarily travel to Florida in August unless I had a good reason, because it's like, I kid you not, we rented a car from the airport and we drove to our Airbnb. It was like 20 minutes away. I saw 3 people walking on the street the entire time. It was 2 p.m. And one of them, I think, was on drugs or something. It was a guy walking around shirtless and shoeless, and I thought he was going to jump in the street. I'm like, oh man, we're going to hit this guy. So he was one of the 3. So basically, in places like Florida or Arizona in the summer, people do not like going outside. It's a race to get to your car and to get to air conditioning. So Adriana remembers him. So we are by the beach here, and there is a pool, so I'm just not going to be outside much. Okay, but enough of me. Let me show you guys around. So this is the front door. And if anyone's just tuned in, I would love a thumbs up right now. This is actually a really nice-sized apartment, by the way. I'm really impressed. My twin brother's going to be coming shortly. He's not here right now. So we've kind of got this workstation. We've got this little Florida thing going on, I guess. Somebody's watching my live chat. Temperatures over 100 most of the month. What's up, Adriana?
Hey.
That's funny, D-Squad. That is a very funny thing. Hot, hotter, and Holly balls flipping hot. All right, so this is the living room. You know, me and Adriana were joking that this should have been the TV that we had in Hilo. We had the best apartment ever, but it had this tiny TV in the living room. This is like the TV you need in every Airbnb. This is, what's this, like 50 inches? Gotta be. If anyone out there could predict. This is the kitchen. Actually, again, really impressed with this apartment. Very big. I even spilled something on myself, and we're gonna be doing the wash soon. Oh, it's already drying? Okay. Did they leave beer for us? That would be, oh, they did, wow. Can you guys believe this? Is this a sign of a good apartment? This is not an advertiser-friendly video, guys, but look, see. I think that was an accident, though. So, let me show you the bedrooms. If anyone just tuned in, we are doing a little Airbnb tour. How do you turn the light on in here? There we go. It's my brother's suit for the wedding. We gracefully took it for him, graciously. Even, it's funny, Audrey, even the TV in here, the second guest room's TV is bigger than the TV we had in Hawaii. So this is bedroom number 1. And then this is the first bathroom. And then this is the master bedroom. This is, although if I had to make one critique about this this bedroom here, I think it's a full size bed. That's a little strange. I would have preferred a queen, but I mean, this wasn't that expensive. And we've got, guys, we have $1 million view. You ready for this? You ready to see the water? Ready? No, I'm just kidding. Actually, it's like a garbage dump in the back, some kind of alley. We absolutely do not have $1 million view here, or do we? Ready? Can't really see, but my car is parked somewhere there. So, yeah. So I give this apartment like a 10 on actual content, but like a 1 or 2 on location as far as like on view. Location's not bad. Location's pretty central for Fort Lauderdale. And you guys see the bathroom here. This is actually really nice. One thing Florida knows how to do well, it's size of things. Seriously. As I've been telling Adriana, the size of the parking spot we have here is like double the size of the parking spot we had in Hawaii. It's just like everything is so easy here compared to Hawaii, but I'd rather be in Hawaii right now personally. So what'd you guys think of the apartment? Tell me right now in the chat. Would you stay here? I think it was like 120 or 110 a night for a 2-bedroom. Put this back. Okay. Who is still out there? Haven't seen anybody chat in a while. Can you type something? I want to make sure people can still chat because I haven't seen anyone pop. Maybe it's my thing. Let me check the chat window. It's working. Very spacious. Okay. Price is good. You know what's interesting about spots in Florida like this, and actually something I'm going to bring up in my Airbnb versus hotel video, is well, maybe not, because Airbnbs in a place like Fort Lauderdale are going to jack up the price in the winter, guaranteed. But in like the summer, nobody wants to come here. So this apartment, I think, is usually like $200 a night in the peak season. So like 100, 125 is fine for me now. All right, guys. Anything you want to talk about? I know somebody asked about my favorite neighborhood that is not Manhattan in New York. Any other questions out there in general? It's about travel hacking, about just anything? Before I answer Ben's question from the UK, from I think it's 1 a.m. there. Wow, hope I'm not putting you to sleep. That would be pretty rough. I used to do that, you know. No, seriously, when I was a minor league broadcaster, I used to have people tell me, yeah, I go to bed and put your game on because I was in Montana and the families were on the East Coast. Hi from Oregon, going to the Big Island next Thursday. Hope you enjoy it. Ever been to Peru? If so, any tips? I have been to Peru, and I do have some tips, actually. I'll get to that next. To answer the question, what is my favorite neighborhood outside of Manhattan? I was about to say Queens. I actually stopped myself. I was really just like about to say it because of the food. but I'm gonna have to go with Brooklyn because Brooklyn has interesting nightlife. They have a lot of cool bars, a lot of cool restaurants. The food scene's kind of a toss-up because Queens has a lot cheaper stuff and has a lot of ethnic food, as is Brooklyn, but Brooklyn just has more going on. It's a little more like cool, and I just feel like I'm a younger guy. I think if I was older, I might like Queens better. But if you want a little more of a cooler spot, Ben, I would say Brooklyn would probably be my second choice after Manhattan. Have I ever been to Peru? If so, any tips? I went to Peru before I started vlogging. I was actually telling somebody the other day about that. I went to Peru about 4 months before I started YouTube, and I wish I vlogged there, man. There was so much good stuff. Okay, tip number 1 about Peru. Don't just go to Lima, Peru for one night. A lot of people go to Lima for like one day because they think it's unsafe. Let me tell you, Lima has an amazing food scene there. They actually have like 2 of the top like 20 Michelin star rated restaurants in the world, something like that. And I have a friend, you might be watching right now, Chip. He's the biggest food snob ever, and he was even impressed. He knew nothing about Lima till he went with us on the trip. Lomo saltado, amazing. Ceviche, amazing. 2 tips there, the types of food you should be getting. Ironically, my friend is getting married to a Peruvian girl on Saturday, and I was really sad because I asked him, will there be Peruvian food? But he said that the catering hall doesn't serve it in Florida, so I'm gonna have to get it here. So there's Lima. Don't skip Lima, please, and stay in Miraflores. You can private message me if you have any questions, by the way. Happy to answer. Miraflores is a cool area. And the other thing I would tell you is for Cusco, Peru, for Machu Picchu, make sure that, you reserve your what's it called? Machu Mountain and Huayna Picchu. There's a really cool hike that everybody does called Huayna Picchu. Try to reserve it a few weeks in advance. A lot of people can't do it because it sells out. I couldn't even do it because it was sold out. And then there's another city in Peru, my last tip, called Arequipa. And we did this awesome bike riding trip outside of Arequipa in the mountains. It was so nice. It was a one-night trip. It took us really far away. I'm trying to remember the name of the mountain range. It's like the mountain right outside. Any tips from Nerja, Spain? Ben, I've got a tip for you. I did a video about Nerja actually on my channel. It was one of my probably first 10 videos. Go check that out and tweet me or send me an Instagram message if you have any other questions. I don't really know Nerja that well. The kayaking's cool there. The kayaking was pretty neat. We didn't really go out late. We stayed at a really cool Airbnb. If you haven't booked anything yet, check my video. I linked to it. It's the only Airbnb I've ever stayed at where the host makes breakfast and dinner for you. Well, actually, breakfast she leaves for you, and then dinner is if you want her to cook, she will. So she made us the best paella we had, I think, in 2 months in Spain. It was really good. For anyone who's just joined the chat, tell them I'm curious where you're from. Give me a thumbs up if you'd like. And we're just talking about any travel related topic, pretty much any topic you guys want to bring up. I am happy to discuss. There's 14 of you right now. I'm sure there's at least 1 or 2 of you I might recognize or I might not. Definitely curious who you are. If you're joining late, I did announce my 2 winners of the contest. John Papagiorgio and Save Tournaments have won 1-year premium membership to Scott's Cheap Flight Deals, a really cool website. Have I done cruises? I've never done a cruise. And it's funny you ask me that because somebody talked to me about these cruises that leave New York. There's only one company that does it, and I'd love to do it. It leaves New York and it goes to Europe, and it's the only transatlantic cruise that still exists like that. And apparently it's not that expensive, only because you spend a lot of days at sea and people don't like that. I forgot the name of it. But I told them that I wanted to contact that company. Hey, John Papagiorgio, you won. Thank you for tuning in, man. I'm happy to give you the 1-year Scott's Cheap Flights. Send me a private message. I think you messaged me once. Send me a message, give me your email, and I will send it over to them. You're going to be set. So both the winners were here. I'm really happy about that. But to answer your question, I really don't have much cruise ship experience. For me, the fear of a cruise is that I'm going to get bored. I mean, I know there's a lot to do. Well, that's one fear. The other problem is that you can't leave the ship at night. You're kind of usually stuck. Like it'll dock, and you have to be back in the boat at 5 o'clock. And I don't like to be told I can only stay in a certain area for a certain amount of hours. It would feel kind of like constricting to me somehow. I prefer to rent an apartment somewhere and just go there for like a week, then jump around at different cruise ports. My older brother and his wife did that all over Europe. I'll tell you what, taking a cruise is a good way to see a lot of cities really quick, but it's a good way to get just a small taste. I'm not into it. I'm not really a cruise ship kind of guy. Any other questions out there? I've got plenty of time. Just happy to talk about any travel-related subject, or if not, I've got a few other things I wanted to talk about. Sounds like fun. Maybe, yeah, it could be a little claustrophobic for sure. It could definitely be claustrophobic. Have I been to London? I actually have been to London multiple times. I've been there twice. I have some friends there, so I've been to London. I like London. Problem with London for me is it reminds me of New York too much. Not in a bad way, but it's like I live in New York. I like to go to places that are very different. If you've seen my channel, you probably noticed that. Like I'm not going to American big cities too much. There's not many Chicago videos, but I like London. There's actually a slight chance I might go to London in October for something, but I'll bring that up another time. Any other travel topics you guys want to discuss? Happy to do so. Have I visited any other places in the UK? I have seen a few other spots in the UK, like Brighton, I think was one, and that might be it. It says poor connection. I hope now it says very bad connection. Wow. Went from poor to very bad, so I don't know if I'm improving or not improving. Can you see the live chat? Is it okay? It's okay. Okay. It said poor, very bad. Lake District is good. I haven't spent much time in England, to be honest, or the UK in general. I need to return for sure. Any other questions? I actually want to bring up another video that I filmed a few days ago. My current #1 travel destination. That's a really hard question. That's like the toughest question you could have asked me. What, is it the #1 place I'd like to go or the #1 place I've been? Both of which would be very difficult to answer, actually. Because there's one spot I want to go to, but I can't go till like probably next summer. And it's actually where John Papagiorgio said he wanted to go. Greenland. I am so randomly interested in that country. But do you get special rates promising to feature? As in like, if I tell a place I'm going there, will they give me like a good deal? I think that's what you're asking. I have been to, but okay. Mexico's my #1 destination by far. If anyone ever asked me, Mexico. Probably Mexico, then Peru was up there for sure. Have I been most of my I've never been paid to travel anywhere, actually. I mean, a lot of bigger channels do that. I'm not saying I wouldn't if I felt like it kind of matched what my channel was doing. I have been able to get some activities comped before, but not that common. It's maybe going to be easier because my channel's growing a bit now to reach out to people. I am going to be doing it more in the future. I actually was going to do it in New York, but I haven't had a chance yet. But yeah, speaking of New York, I did want to mention a video that I filmed, and it's going to be really cool for anybody who's never visited New York before. I don't have an exact title yet, but it's going to be something along the lines of top 5 places, either top 5 views or top 5 places to take photos in New York that are unknown. That like they're a little bit different because everyone kind of goes to one spot, but I'm going to show you a different angle, like a different location in the venue or in the same area that has a little bit of a different vantage point, isn't so crowded. You'll see what I mean when you watch the video. And if anyone follows me on Instagram, please do, by the way. It's going to be in my description. I did a story showing a bunch of those spots. So that's going to be another video coming out next week. And you know, something that I've had requested a lot. I want to go and dig her art. Maria Crutchfield. Have I been to Frida Kahlo's house? I'm a tourist friendly you visited. A couple of good questions coming in. Wow. Ben, thank you, man. Well, we got like 6 people chatting at once. Okay, I'm gonna go through each of these questions individually because I just literally lost my train of thought. Have I been to Frida Kahlo's house? You know what? I didn't go. We did one video. Baby, what's the neighborhood there? What's it called? Coyoacan, I can pronounce it. Anyone who saw the Mexico series knows I could not pronounce that. Coyoacan neighborhood. I went to the Trotsky Museum. I figured I would go back to the Frida Kahlo house someday. It was a long line. I didn't go. You should go. Honestly, the real reason I didn't go was because I wanted to make a film that day, a video, and it's been filmed so many times that I was like, does YouTube really need another vlog involving this place in Mexico City? Go, though. If you're not filming something for YouTube, I think you should go for sure. I've heard really good things. Next question. Which country has been the most tourist-friendly you've visited? Tie between Mexico and Peru, which also happen to be some of my favorite countries. But in a sense where I actually felt like it was authentic, where there might be places, not to say bad things about certain countries, maybe Thailand, I felt like at times it was a little bit forced or phony for some people. Like they just wanted your money. Not always, of course. I really like Thailand. Or even places in like the US, I sometimes felt like there's a smile because they want you to tip them. What was the next question? Jesse St. Louis. By the way, Jesse, sorry about your pickpocketing thing. I was watching your video on the train to the airport, if you believe me, and I was trying to comment, but I couldn't log in. The 2 winners actually were here. None of you, unfortunately, were not one of them. I randomly picked John Papagiorgio and Save Tournaments won the 1-year thing. But a shout out to you for being here, a fellow travel vlogger. I like to have my fellow vloggers popping in. I really appreciate all of their support. They have great channels. Check out Jesse. He's more of like an adventure kind of guy. I think he had a really cool video about going to this like abandoned missile silo in LA. He's got a really cool channel. Someone went to Frida Kahlo's house. It was cool, but you need tickets in advance. They found some of her clothes, and that was super interesting. I mean, you should go, but I thought the Trotsky Museum was really cool. This is in Mexico City, by the way, for anyone who's just tuned in. There's no idea what we're talking about. Like Trotsky was this former like head of not a head, but a big guy in the Soviet Union. Thanks for the nighttime food video in Queens. I am going soon. You're going? All right. Which video was it? The night market? You're talking about the Queens night market. I actually want to go back there and not even film. That's kind of the rough thing sometimes of what I do, because and I can actually show you my tripod because I screwed up the video for this. But it's like, you're walking around with this camera all the time, and yeah, you're enjoying yourself, but it's not the same. Like sometimes I don't want to vlog everything. Trotsky did live in Frida's house for a while. Jesse, you should buy it. Actually, I was a paid member for a while for them. Totally worth it. You just watched my $10 a day video in New York City. Yeah, that video got 1.3 million views. Like insane. I was telling Adriana that if I knew that video would get over 1 million views, I would have shaved that day. I actually had to really put that into perspective. 1 million people saw a video that I filmed in like 12 hours on my little camera. If that's not the power of the internet, I don't know what is. I might actually remake that video. I've had a lot of requests to do the $10 a day challenge. It's been almost a year. If I don't do it this month, I'll do it next month, like a 1-year anniversary. And thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. I do a lot of videos on budget stuff. I don't normally live on $10 a day. It was honestly something that I got challenged to do from this YouTuber group that I'm in. And my video, for some reason, was the one that exploded. Although YouTube is like a big mystery because that video had 10,000 views in April and has 1 million views now. Jesse, do it. What I've learned about YouTube especially is that if you ever talk about money, what things cost, you get viewers. Even the video we did in Hilo, Hawaii about the cost of our apartment or like the cost of the farmer's market, it got tons of views. So Jesse, a little tip for you there, for your audience, man. Do something like that. You to bomb, be here Barr. That's like that's like the Yoda version of my channel. You know how Yoda says everything like backwards? Be here Barr. Be here Barr. Yeah, I like that. Here be Barr, be here Barr. Be here Barr, that works. If anyone's just tuned in, give me a thumbs up. Tell me where you are watching from. I recognize a lot of the names, a couple of new faces here. I did the giveaway. I did a little tour of the Airbnb in Fort Lauderdale. It's really nothing special. I would not make a separate video about my trip to Fort Lauderdale. I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm sour on South Florida, but like I've just been to so many other places in the world where I like Florida in the winter. It's okay. I was kidding with you. But I don't know. South Florida's lost some of its luster. Like 6-7 years ago, I really liked South Florida, but now there's just other places I'd rather be in the United States, like Hawaii. And me and Adriana are really missing Hawaii right now, especially because you're in New York and the weather's exactly the same. Yeah, it is brutal, Jesse. I was just telling everyone before that like it's just a race to get to your car and to get to air conditioning. I was looking at the real field temperature. It was something like 100 degrees with like 70% humidity, man. I mean, I thought LA was bad in June or Anaheim, but I would much rather be there. I'm just like, I think there's certain people that do not do well in like humid climates. I'm one of them. What inspired me to start doing YouTube? Good question. I actually did a video about this. I'll tell you the answer to that, but I did a video about how I started YouTube. You probably know who Casey Neistat is. Truth be told, I was actually not really a consumer of YouTube videos outside of music. That was the only thing I used to do. I'd watch music on YouTube. I'd put it in the background. I'd listen to I love 80s music, classic rock. And you headed somewhere after Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to get to that in a second, Jesse. So just to answer his question about my inspiration, I was watching a video actually that got linked to me from his travel group. It said, YouTuber complains about losing his status with an airline. And there's Casey Neistat sitting at an airport whining about losing his American Airlines like platinum. And he played music and he did these cuts. And I had been 1 year between broadcasting. Like I stopped broadcasting a year earlier and I had this like big void in my life. And I watched him and I said, wow, like I can do that. Like I have a background in broadcasting and I love to travel and I'm about to go to Spain. This was when I started last May. We did this 2-month trip in Spain. So I watched some YouTube videos. I got my first camera and I made my first video last May. And ever since then, it's just been more and trying to polish my product and trying to kind of get a brand a little bit and trying to do these live chats. But Casey Neistat was my original inspiration to the point where I think I watched him too much and I've stopped watching him as much because it's too easy to steal his ideas. He's like too good where I'm trying to do my own thing. So I hope that answered your question. And then we had Jesse ask me something. He said, you headed somewhere after Fort Lauderdale. Yes, we are headed to West Palm Beach to, I think it's called Palm Beach Gardens. My friend's getting married, actually. That's why I'm in Florida. My friend's getting married, and we're going to stay at a hotel, and I was telling everyone how I'm going to do this whole thing where I'm going to compare a hotel to an Airbnb, and I'm going to film like the evil twin in each location talking about what I like better. So I'm here for 4 nights. Otherwise, I would not come to Florida in August. It is too hot. Other question has popped in. Did you ever think you'd get 11,000 subs? I'd like to say yes, but I think what really surprised me a lot, just let hello when you know it's Palm Beach. What surprised me the most was how quick it happened because my channel just kind of blew up a bit. Like I was at 500 subscribers in December. Then I did a video about this Filipino community in New York City, and that got like international attention, and I jumped up to 2,000. Then I was growing pretty steadily till April, and then this New York video blew up to 1 million views, and then I went from like 5,000 to 11,000 in the course of 5 months. So I guess the answer is I'm surprised how fast my channel went up, but I guess I'm not surprised that I'm here. I never really set a number. I mean, I would love to say 100,000 subscribers. Who wouldn't want that? But I don't want to do anything too unrealistic because, especially my YouTuber friends watching this know how frustrating YouTube can be. How you put a video out there and you think that it's going to get a ton of views, and it doesn't get many views, and then you do a video like a $10 a day video, which I thought was okay compared to my other stuff, but not my best work, and it gets 1 million views. So sometimes I just stop caring. I just throw it out there, and if it clicks, it clicks. If not, back to the drawing board. And Jesse just said something about laughing about West Palm Beach because you filmed the movie there and the beach there. Yeah, the beaches here are okay. Fort Lauderdale's beach it's fine. I think it's gonna be like jumping into a sauna, though. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I want to go. We're gonna go to the beach tomorrow. I just don't know if I want to go during like the afternoon. It's too hot. Is just like we have a pool here. It's perfectly fine. So I'm probably not gonna. But I did bring my drone. Actually, maybe I should show you guys a drone, but I can't really do much with it. I am feeling fun, so let me show you guys my drone. For anyone who doesn't have a drone, probably some of you guys have it, but this will be a fun little thing because I just have tons of free time, and I appreciate everybody out there just like spending your Thursday night with me. So let me show you this cool new accessory that I got, and maybe someone out there has used it before, and you could tell me more about it because I'm curious. Where's the drone? Okay, actually, the drone is here. Anyone who's curious, I'll show you. So, anyone's wondering where I got all those really cool shots, it was from this guy, DJI Mavic. I would say it's got to be the best drone on the market right now. It's just, and the coolest thing about it, for me, is look how portable this is. I mean, I have one hand free, but to fly with this thing, you just put it here, put it right there. When you go to Palm Beach Gardens, head to Juno Beach or Jupiter Beach. I'm going to see what you said in a minute. So if you want to fly, technically, all I need is this and this. And I do have an extra set of batteries if I want to use it, which you keep in here. And these are like actually flame-proof. One of my friends did a funny video about this. How it's like, oh, and if the batteries catch fire, this will prevent it from making the plane explode. I thought that was the funniest thing, the way he said that, but this really is like a safety thing. So I have batteries there, and wait, I know where it is. So I just got these really cool filters. Where are they? In here somewhere. Here they are. Actually got this from my friend. So these are like, I'm gonna test these out in Florida. I might put some of the footage up right there. And these are, I don't know if any of you guys are drone pilots, but this hopefully will add like a more cinematic touch to some of the drone stuff. But yeah, so I brought the drone with me. I'll probably include it in the Airbnb video. Maybe I'll fly it like over the hotel or something. And if anyone is wondering, I mentioned it like 30 minutes ago why I am shooting landscape over. Wait, landscape is this way, portrait is this way. Yeah, they're ND filters. Why I'm shooting vertical right now, the reason is I screwed something up with a live chat where when you flip the camera, it locks. So it literally like locked into place. So that kind of irritated me, but it's fine. Okay. Check out Ecopta filters. Is that a YouTube channel? Ecopta filter videos. Yeah, send me a link. I'm curious. I always watch like drone videos. Like I love learning more about drones. Well, for anyone who has stayed around this long, good news for you is that this is actually the longest live chat I've ever done. It's been almost like 40 minutes. Probably have a few more minutes. Anybody else have any other questions or anything funny they want to say? Jesse had a couple of funny things. And he just did a video, I don't know if he's still watching, about how he got pickpocketed in Barcelona. And let me tell you, that was like, and by the way, what happened in Barcelona today was horrible. Take care, Jesse. But that was my big fear about going to Barcelona, getting pickpocketed. Like, Ecopta's a YouTube channel, cool guy from the UK. I will definitely check him out. Actually, on a more serious note for you guys still watching, like a serious question. All this terrorism in Europe, do you think that it has kind of made you more cautious about going to Europe or going to more touristy areas around the world? Do you see that, and do you want to travel less? Because me and Adriana were having this discussion. How we think a lot of people might say, no, I'm not going to Paris anymore. I'm not going to London anymore. I'm not going to Barcelona anymore. Not Madrid, not Rome, like any big European city, because of some of the problems they've had with like terrorism. Is that something that would affect you on your next trip? Would you book a trip to Europe? I'm curious if anyone wants to answer that question. So I'll tell you my answer. I'd still go. I think that a lot of the terrorism is to try to stop you from enjoying your life and from traveling, if that's something you enjoy. So I would, unless the country had some major security problems where that was like very obvious. Terrorism definitely changed my outlook on travel. Still waiting to hear if my Barcelona friends are okay. Very sorry to hear that, Maria. I hope your Barcelona friends are okay. I actually checked in with a few people on Barcelona. They have that, Facebook, like check in, are you safe? So it's a nice feature on Facebook, but it's horrible that people are like, especially targeting people in the most touristy areas. Because I've been to Barcelona before. I know Las Ramblas. That's like the Times Square of Barcelona as far as like the amount of people are concerned. It's very sad. So it's like I would still go to Barcelona. It would not stop me if I wanted to go there. It's just like these, and obviously these are remote situations. They're horrible. I really feel bad for like the people that had to go through this. But if anyone else wants to make a comment about if they would still go to Europe after all these terrorist attacks, it's pretty bad. Whew. When I started, this water was like up to here. I drank a lot of water. What is up, Hype Gaming? Where are you watching the stream from? It's actually really cool because this stream originally was about who won my giveaway for Scott's Cheap Flights, and both of the people happened to come, so they know. You're supposed to fly back on QQT. Tries to change the 10th anniversary due to anniversary. What's QQTH? I'm not sure exactly what that is. I actually want to go to Medellin on my list for sure. Colombia, maybe after Mexico. It's like when we go back to Mexico, it's a potential trip. I was supposed to fly back on the 11th. Oh, wow. Oh, in 2004. Okay. Love over evil. Watching from New York. All right. I like having New York people watching. Although I'm not in New York at the moment. Going to be back next week in hot, humid Fort Lauderdale. Just chilling at my Airbnb. This $120 a night Airbnb. Actually, I don't think I showed you guys this. This is pretty cool too. So, a little. If you just want to I'll chill here for a minute. So you can just sit back and chill. Although we got this interior view of the courtyard, so it's not really that nice. But the apartment's cool. I would spend a few days here in December and never complain about it. It's just in August I will complain. 43 minutes. I kind of wanted to see if I could go an hour, but I'm not gonna speak for an hour if I don't have people actively chatting. Actually, one request I want to make for you guys is definitely I really appreciate comments on videos. You don't have to comment in every video, but that is something that YouTube really looks at a lot. Comments and likes. If you leave me a comment on a video, it shows good engagement, and when a channel gets more engagement, YouTube pushes it harder. So if anyone out there ever likes a video, just say anything. If you want to leave me a critique, you could say it. I really would love to have more comments, because that's usually the one thing you see about channels that have a lot of followers. They get a lot of comments, and it shows you have a community, and it's what I'm trying to build here. I would love that, just to have a community of people that are into the same things. I was in Barcelona. Oh, I got to read this message from the contest winner. I was in Barcelona 2 weeks ago at the very place the attack happened. Crazy to imagine it was still there. However, I would never let terrorists happen. I completely agree with you, John. 100%. That's a good New Yorker attitude right there. So I know you're from Queens, I think you told me. Yeah, look, if you go to Spain, odds are you are going to Barcelona, and odds are you're going to be in that spot. So think about how many millions of people around the world have been to Las Ramblas and watch CNN or hear about that, and it's just absolutely insane. I heard about it before we right as we landed in Fort Lauderdale today. It was just Man, I don't know if I can continue. I'm almost out of water here. But 9 people. Anyone new want to say where they're from? Any other questions about travel? You just want to talk about whatever. It's almost 9 o'clock here in Fort Lauderdale. Pretty tired. We took an early flight from Newark Airport. I think I did a video once about transportation. I recommend you take a train from New York City to Newark. Don't take the bus. The bus has been like really bad recently. Do not take the bus. And I don't even get me started on United Airlines recently. Man, it's so easy to make fun of United, but I would say Delta is my number one carrier right now. If just price was no matter for the legacy carriers in the U.S., I'd probably go Delta, American, United in that order. That'd be my 1, 2, 3 if I had to. But I fly United the most because they have the most routes, so it's kind of like a catch-22 with them. Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to say, or I'm going to end the chat at about 46 minutes. Well, congratulations, John. You're still watching. Hope you enjoy your 1-year membership and to save tournaments. Same for you. I refuse to let fear keep me from going for the gusto of life. Great attitude, Maria. I am happy you're a subscriber to this channel with that sort of attitude. I hope every subscriber has that sort of outlook. Okay, so I'm not publishing anything till at least Sunday or Monday. Still trying to stick to a Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday schedule. I'm not vlogging at the wedding, although I did find out that one of the groomsmen at the wedding is going to be a Pomeranian dog wearing a tuxedo. So I'm not a groomsman. The dog got my spot, so I'm very sad about that. So outside of that, it's going to be a fun wedding, though. It's going to be really cool. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the loyal subscribers. Definitely leave me a comment after if you want. You can leave like open comments as soon as the chat ends, like 2 or 3 minutes after. That would be neat. And something, that Airbnb video I talked about, Airbnb versus hotels, should be out probably on Monday, latest Tuesday. But I'm gonna put a little extra into this video. I think it's gonna be cool. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Congratulations to John Papagiorgio. Safe tournaments again. You guys are the best. Peace out and enjoy your night.